Hey everybody, coming to you today from Tokyo, Japan, and just about to get onto a bullet train. First time in my life I've ever seen a train that goes over 200 kilometers an hour. Also went on a tour earlier today, and they showed us the train tracks they're building. The system won't be ready for another 20 years, but in 20 years the trains will be going over 400 kilometers an hour. Fully magnetized. It's an amazing setup. Anyway, today what I'm talking about is for reps, leaders, how for you to be able to go in and tell, are you interviewing with an ideal company? Couple things I want you to go look at. Number one is the caliber of their investors. Now, it's completely fine if the company is self-funded. Founders, all to save their money. They've gone and done it. They've exited before. They've got enough money to get there. But assuming it's a venture capital fund, you want to go look at the caliber of investors are there. Do research on that. Who's on their board? Are these investors that have a history of being highly selective? They're going to be better than any recommendation I could ever give you, any recommendation you could ever give yourself, or any other families or friends that are going to be able to give you a recommendation. That's the first thing. Second thing you want to go look at is what was their round, if you can, what was the valuation of the last round that they raised? If you can go and figure that out, and that valuation is reasonable, that again, you're in a good spot. If that valuation is unreasonable, you're not in a good spot. Go and ask others that have exited companies at a similar size of revenue and ask them, what was their company worth at that point? And the valuation is crazy. The equity you're getting, it still might be a great company, but the equity itself is unlikely to be worth more. Next thing that I want you to go look at is the caliber of the executive team. Look for inflated titles. For example, you join a company and you the founder's the CEO. Then you are the company, and say it's a 20-person company. It's loaded with chief revenue officer, chief operating officer, chief technology officer. Go look at those individuals. Have they done jobs in the past that are true chief jobs? If you're looking at the individual and it's like, they wouldn't be hired as a sales manager at a top tier company today, you don't want to go work for somebody who calls himself a chief revenue officer or a chief human resources officer, a chief operating officer. It's somebody that's never done it before, wouldn't even get hired as a sales manager or operations manager, etc. So look at the caliber of the executives, look at the top executives. What have they done in the past? Next, go take a look at how long the average tenure is of people that are in the company. So if you go in and it's a hyper-growth company, it's okay if a bunch of people are new, but then go pick 10 at random and see if they're a bunch of job hoppers or if these are other people that have made very good career roles. People that need to constantly change jobs likely don't have a good track record of picking good companies. You don't want to associate with that. You want to associate with individuals that have consistently picked companies where they elevate their own career and they elevate those around them and they end them succeeding. So don't assume that you're going to be the lucky one. Everybody else is job hopping that's there. Average tenure is really old. And then they job hop back and forth. You don't want to be part of that company. Last but not least, go in and see, is the job that you're interviewing for something you actually want to go in and do? This has nothing to do with the company. Pick a job that you actually want to become one of the very best at. The reason why. So you have the opportunity, you go first. Picked a great company with great investors. The executive team has been there and done that. Titles are not inflated, which will allow you to elevate. People that choose to go to this company have a history of picking other good companies where they get promoted and elevate. You're going to be able to take off like a bullet, just like this bullet train that I'm in now. This one's going to be going about 200 kilometers an hour just a second. Anyway, I hope that helps. Got any other questions? Let me know.